Why did the War of the Spanish Succession happen? Quick plug, like and share. Now under the Holy Roman Emperor, Charles VI of the House of Habsburg, his family's domain extended from Austria, Bohemia, and Hungary, as well as the Holy Roman Empire as the elected sovereign through the Austrian Habsburg line, as well as the Spanish Low Countries, Milan, Naples, Sicily, Sardinia, the Philippines, the Spanish New World territories, and the African lands ruled through the thrones of Castile and Aragon. In short, from the Old World to the New World. So, the Habsburg dynasty was incredibly powerful, while also being incredibly inbred. Now because of the size of the empire, Charles V split the territory between his son, Philip II Habsburg, and Charles's brother, Ferdinand I Habsburg. The Burgundian Low Countries would be the Spanish Low Countries, and the Italian territories would go to the Spanish Habsburg branch, while Hungary, Bohemia and the German territories would go to the Austrian Habsburg branch. Philip II married his sister's daughter, Anne of Austria, while his son, Philip III married his second cousin, who was also his first cousin once removed through his mother, Margaret of Austria. Their son, Philip IV would marry his sister's daughter, Mariana of Austria. They would have Charles II, the Bewitched. A man who was quote, short, lame, epileptic, senile and completely bald before 35, always on the verge of death but repeatedly baffling Christendom by continuing to live. Not to belabor a point, but he was so inbred that it ended the Spanish Habsburg dynasty. Now when he finally died, two heirs were selected to inherit the Spanish throne: Philippe, Duke of Anjou, grandson of King Louis XIV, and Maria Theresa, daughter of Philip IV. There's also Philippe's younger brother Charles, Duke of Berry. Philippe was supported by France and the Spanish nobles. They were known as the Bourbonists, named after Philippe's house. And Leopold I, nephew of Philip IV and married to the sister of Charles II, was supported by Austria, Portugal, and Great Britain. They were known as the Habsburgists, named after Leopold's house. Many kingdoms opposed the French heir, as if he took the throne, the French would essentially dominate the western coast of Europe. The Bourbonists fielded 345 to 490,000, while the Habsburgists fielded about 517,090 soldiers. They each saw about 400,000 killed in battle, while about 700,000 to 1,251,000 were killed from illness and diseases. Technically, both sides won. Philippe Bourbon was allowed to take the throne as Felipe V, de Bourbon y Baviera. His ascension saw the crown of Aragon, as well as all its subsequent regions being absorbed into the Spanish throne, merging with Castile to officially form the Spanish kingdom, with the Decretos de Nueva Planta. But in turn, King Felipe V would renounce his claim to the French throne, preventing the possibility of a personal union between the two kingdoms. In exchange for this, the Austrian Habsburgs would inherit the Duchy of Milan, temporarily owning Sardinia before swapping it for the island of Sicily, also known as the Kingdom of Trinakria, with the Kingdom of Savoy by 1820. Lastly, they would get the Kingdom of Naples, while the Spanish Netherlands would be transformed into the Austrian Netherlands. This region is separate from the Dutch Republic to the north. Sardinia eventually went to Savoy, while Great Britain gained Gibraltar in Minorca, the northeasternmost island in the Balearic Island chain. France had to cede Ypres, Tournai, Menin, Bjorn, Fort Knox, and Warnton to the Austrians, in exchange for the Principality of Orange in the Elbe Valley, along with losing the Hudson Bay, southern Nova Scotia, and Newfoundland, Bar St. Pierre and Miquelon, to the United Kingdom, while the Dutch Republic gained barrier fortresses in the Upper Gelders region. So 1.25 million people died so the same guy the Spanish wanted could end up on the throne, and the nobles traded territories so everyone would feel like they accomplished something. Which you can see by comparing these two images from the year 1700, and the year 1714. Glad that's the last time millions of people died for a pointless war that ultimately sees things return to how they were before. Right?